Did you know that Chelsea has so many players they can't even fit in the locker room anymore? Some players are sitting on the floor during team meetings, and others are changing in the hallways before training sessions. With over 40 players in the squad, Chelsea has almost 20 more than Manchester City. And the club has already spent more than €1 billion on transfers. But what could be behind this overcrowding? What does Chelsea know that other clubs don't? An anonymous scout told ESPN, Chelsea might be onto something that the football world hasn't realized yet, and it could shock everyone in the future. The club is using a strategy never seen before. They currently have 8 contracted goalkeepers, 4 of whom are out on loan, and they still signed a 9th one. Does that make sense to you? It might seem like poor management, but it's directly linked to a past of severe punishments that the club fears facing again. Chelsea's strategy is aggressive. They've broken the British transfer record twice in 6 months, first with Enzo Fernandez and then with Moises Caicedo, both of whom play central midfield. This isn't typical, and it's left many wondering if there's a hidden plan or just a lack of foresight. And it doesn't stop there. In attack, they brought João Felix from Atletico Madrid even before confirming Sterling's departure. On the final day of the transfer window, they signed Sancho from Manchester United. The problem? Felix and Sancho play in the same positions as Sterling, on top of other players already occupying those roles. It seems like Chelsea is stockpiling talent in similar positions, causing dissatisfaction among the squad. So far, Chelsea has spent $256 million on these players, and many of them have barely worn the team's shirt. In the Premier League, teams can register only 25 players, but Chelsea had 30 registered, not including U21 players. This creates an obvious excess and a challenge in squad management, where many talents end up wasted on the bench or loaned out. Chelsea's strategy is clear: long-term contracts with initially lower wages, but with promises of performance-based raises. Unlike most clubs that offer 3 to 5 year contracts, Chelsea bets on 7, 8, or even 9 years. Enzo Fernandez signed for 8.5 years, and Caicedo for 8 years with an option for a 9th. This strategy might seem risky, but it's part of a plan to secure talents long-term and protect themselves from future market inflation. The fear of another punishment is evident. Chelsea's philosophy is to avoid what happened in 2022 when they lost 2 key defenders for free. Now they're attacking the market to ensure players in various positions, almost like having a full reserve team for every position, preventing any future issues. But does this strategy really make sense? Or is Chelsea just piling up problems for the future? Overall, Chelsea's squad boasts 41 players, and the total remaining contract years are staggering, 191 years in total. In comparison, Tottenham, with the second highest number in the Premier League, has just 97 active contract years. This disparity shows how Chelsea is operating on a completely different level than its rivals, raising the question, do they know something the others don't? Chelsea's management has changed drastically. They've gone through 5 coaches, emptied the youth academy, and turned a European champion team into one that now racks up losses. Even the fans are asking, is this just poor management or something darker like money laundering? There's doubt about the club's true intentions and whether this bold strategy will translate to success on the field. Under new ownership, Chelsea has released 38 players and signed 40 new ones. However, of the 9 players signed in the first window under the new owner, only 3 remain in the first team. Thiago Silva, who left in May, mentioned that the locker room had to be expanded to accommodate everyone. The environment is so chaotic that some players don't even have a place to sit during meetings, reflecting the internal disorganization. A scout who preferred to remain anonymous said, "Maybe Chelsea knows something we don't, but this squad building doesn't make sense. I don't see the logic in bringing in 6 center backs or 7 attacking midfielders." To him, it's as if Chelsea is playing a completely different game, ignoring the conventional rules of building a balanced squad. So, what does Chelsea know that other clubs don't? Between 2019 and 2020, Chelsea was punished by FIFA for transfer irregularities involving minors. Now, the club seems to be using long-term contracts for 3 main reasons. First, to prevent future punishments, ensuring players in every position, even if many never wear the club's jersey. Second, to invest in young talents before they become stars, aiming for future profits. And third, to protect themselves from unexpected market changes. These strategies reveal long-term thinking, but come with significant risks. Chelsea's situation is also unexpectedly linked to the president of Russia. Things started to unravel when the UK identified Roman Abramovich, the club's former owner, as an ally of Putin. After the invasion of Ukraine, Abramovich was forced to sell Chelsea, leaving it in the hands of new owners with conflicting visions for the club's future. This leadership change not only shook Chelsea's foundations, but also drastically altered the club's direction. Todd Boehly wants to invest in long-term projects, like building a new stadium, with a 20 to 30-year vision. Meanwhile, Eghbali prefers shorter commitments, just over a decade. This difference has sparked a civil war behind the scenes, further complicating the club's management. This internal dispute mirrors the chaos that's spread to the field, where results have fallen far below expectations. Over the past 3 years, Chelsea has invested over €1 billion in signings, even outspending PSG, who spent $721 million. The Premier League limits losses to $105 million over 3 years, but Chelsea posted a $89.9 million loss in 2023. This number would have been even higher if not for a suspicious sale of 2 hotels linked to the club, a maneuver that helped balance the books but raised questions about the club's financial practices. Despite the heavy investment, Chelsea's performance has been disappointing in recent Premier League seasons. In the first season under new ownership, the club finished 12th, exited English competitions early, and was knocked out of the Champions League. Last season they finished 6th, missing out on Champions League qualification. It's a steep decline for a club that, under Abramovich, rarely went a season without trophies. The focus on young prospects continues, especially in the South American market. From Brazil, they've signed 3 new talents: Andre Santos, David Washington, and most recently, Estevão. Known as Messinho, Estevão earned this nickname at a young age in Cruzeiro Brasileiro's youth teams for a surprising reason. To hear the full story, click on the card above or on the video on the right of the screen. So, will this strategy turn Chelsea into the new giant of world football, or are we about to witness the club's biggest downfall? Time will tell. And you, Chelsea fan, what do you think of this bold strategy? Comment below and stay tuned for more behind-the-scenes football analysis. Also, feel free to leave a like, as it helps us continue bringing new content like this. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell to not miss new videos. A big hug, and until next time.